So hello everyone. Today we'll discuss some best practices to take your API design skills to where? To the next level. Okay. So how it is, what we have to do? Nothing. Just we have to read through something and we can see how we can design an API in a better way. There will be some nominal things which you already know. So just stick around to the last. So you might learn a thing or two in this, which will be better for you in the longer run. Okay. So now let's talk about first something, what is an API and what it is. So as we know that it's a resource oriented design sometimes, right? So what is a resource? Resource is actually the piece of data you will be working upon. And then what is like example, a user profile can be a resource for you. A plan can be a resource for you. Items can be a resource for you. Payment can be a resource for you. Okay, then collection. Collection is a group of resources, suppose a list of user, list of payments, or way of payment, something like that. And then the URL, right? Means how you, which resource and collection, where it is actually staying. That is called the URL. So first thing is you have to use the kebab-case for URL. That means you will not put like system orders or system underscore orders. You can say system hyphen orders, right? That will be the perfect place for you. It's one of the techniques. If you can use it, this will be better. So coming to the second one. Oh, okay. Coming to the second one, for you use camelCase for your parameters. Okay. So the parameters is this, right? So order ID, that will be a camelCase, not the init caps. Okay. Now you can give the point to a collection as a, I think as a plural form. That means get / users, not get user. Okay. Then your URL starts with a collection and ends with an identifier. So like suppose the example given here that get shop ID category, that will be not be good. You can either say get shop ID or get category ID. It will be a good thing for you. Now you should not put verbs in your resource URL. Okay, like update user should not be in your resource URL. Get user should not be in your resource URL. You can say put user ID. Okay. So you can do that, and that can be of good use as a like for better purposes. And then let's go to diety 7. I think I missed the 6th one, but okay. If you're building a system where your request body or response is a JSON, you should write the property names in camelCase. Okay, so you have seen in this one. Now, so I'll just use some kind of thing. Yeah. So now RESTful monitoring. So how will you monitor? So it will must implement the health and version or the metrics. Okay. So health is actually gives you 200 OK code. Version will give you the version number of the API, as well as metrics will be giving you the average response time. Then debug and status endpoints are also highly recommended. However, if you are going it for the first time, doing it everything for the first time, no need to take care of everything. Okay, you can actually do that without even taking care of these things. But in the longer run, it's good actually. So don't use a table name for the resource. Don't use it like this. Use it like this, as we have already mentioned. So it will actually not expose the underlying architecture. Then you use a better API designing tool called API Blueprint or Swagger, which will actually give you some detailed. It is having a not like detailed documentation, so it will be better for you. Then you use simple ordinal number as version, like as we know, like V1 and all those things. I think it happens to every team, but if you are doing it for the first time, it's better. Now include total number of resources in your responses. That will be better. I mean, if you're providing a list, return the list dot size, as well as you can use total property for this. Now accept limit and offset. it is there for everyone. Someone should use it. Everyone should use it. Some people are using it. You are not using it, so you can use it if you are not using it. Okay. Now take fields query parameter. So basically, you can use field and all. Um, so what it will do is it will take into consideration. So you will only expose the required fields for your API. So suppose fields is ID, name, address, and contact. So you will only return the name, address, and contacts. Okay. Now don't pass authentication token in the URL. You can pass the header, bearer, and extra. It will be better. And validate the content type. So you can always validate the content type. So what is it? Is it a JSON? Is it a text format? And all those things. It will be better for you. Then proper use the HTTP methods. I know it's not possible for most of the people sometimes, but you should use proper HTTP methods. It's given for a particular reason, so you should use it. Okay. Then use a relation in the URL for nested resource. So some practical examples are shops to products, then shops to products 31, shops to products 31 if you're deleting and all those things. Now, the cross origin resource sharing headers should be supported. And let me put this here. Okay. So you should support and enforce authorization through valid OAuth token. And you should not combine the user credentials with the origin validations. Okay, so this should also be taken care of. Security, enforce security. HTTPS, sorry, what I did. Okay, so TLS encrypted across all endpoints. You should enforce and requires HTTPS for all callback URLs, push notification and endpoints. And what is the best thing? If you are using internal communication, you can use HTTP. But if you're using external communication or external hosting, you should use HTTPS. Now errors. Okay, do return errors. Considering just make sure every error has a distinct records. All those things should be taken care of. And specific service error should be thrown, not a generic error. Then the last one is flat is better than nested, simple is better than complex, strings are better than numbers, consistency is better than customization. So this were the few of them. I think you might have liked it, and I will be closing the session here itself for this one. And let's meet you in the next session for some other brave topics.